Hi guys, good to see you again. Good to see you on Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon. Depends from where you're watching us, and maybe you're watching the recording. Have a nice day. Um, it's episode 16. It's been a crazy run of shows until now. We had a bunch of them, and I'm very happy we're just building up a community here, and everybody is joining in. We have people in the chat room like every stream, and we're just, I mean, the plan I had with this show is it's going the way I wanted. Just to let my guys in. Hello, guys. You're live now. Say hello to everybody. We have Christian back. He was on holiday, of course. He told us once that he had to put his father-in-law on hold on some whiskey and come and talk with us. And then he said, maybe I'll give it a second thought. And the next day he said, okay, then I'll just go for the whiskey and let the guys handle it. I just hope we did a great job last time without you, and I'm happy you could join us today. So everybody in the chat, Patrick, Benjamin, Soren, Scott, hello. Good to see you
Hello,
guys. We have a hot subject to talk about today. It's all about the Waffen SS. I don't want to brag about it, but I'm happy that Battlefront confirmed my expectations and my previsions. Like I said that they will deliver in August, and yeah, they are delivering it in August. Scott, new toys, not so new, not so many new toys, but definitely a new book, definitely some new lists and some material for us to talk about and discuss it.
Well, to be honest, they are doing a completely new set of infantry, and I think there was some other like
Guns
particular
as well.
stuff that they did for them as well, gun
Well,
crews and so on.
exactly. Well, they have a lot to redo in terms of plastic for the Germans. The Germans, I think, they have the biggest collection of vehicles and infantry types and guns and all these kind of things. I'm just curious to see, just to look over in the store and see how many articles are there for the Germans compared to the other nations. So basically, products for Germany there are 283, and for United Kingdom, let's say it's 151. So basically, almost double. Yeah, this says it all. There are a lot of German toys out there in the world right now in different forms like resin and metal, which Battlefront probably will address, and they will switch to the new plastic. About that, I could say I have like some good words to say and some like disappointments in terms of my British 3-inch mortar people, infantry. Well, they are pretty sucky. There's a lot of residue on the model, and you have to clean it a lot. The
Or
plastic is
you ordered some special orders or what, too?
yeah, it's the 3-inch mortars. I should have them around here, but I will show you them
In the new plastic or
in the
metal?
new plastic. Yeah, just 1 second, if you
Okay.
just 1 second to show you
Well,
what I'm talking about.
meanwhile, Gio is finding it. I like to say that the thing is with the new SS book is the same as with with the Games Workshop's Space Marines. You know, people want to play SS and they want to play 101st Airborne. Let's say you are not into historical games, you haven't
Yep.
played it before, and you look at the box and you see it for the first time, and you remember something about Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan and stuff like that. And then people will go and buy it because it's flashy and it's SS and
Mm.
all the stuff we talked about in the previous episode about Hollywood mythology and stuff. So to me, it's nice that they finally get the SS stuff out, because I think it's gonna perhaps lure a lot of old players back into the game now that they're
Yep.
finally able to play SS.
Yep,
The ones that've
true.
been on a break from version 4.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see.
there's I really like the introduction on the breakthrough article I read yesterday about the Waffen SS, where they said that we just have to talk about the uh, they used a very nice expression, the elephant
And
in
we
the
are the
room.
baddies.
No, yeah, we are the baddies. We have to talk. We have to address the elephant in the room and say that, well, Waffen SS, they used to be like in historical terms not so very nice people, or so we know about them, and we just have to think of them like we're playing a game where these are some miniatures that have certain characteristics that help you or don't with your game, and that's about it about me. And yeah, these are the guys that I was talking to you about, the 3-inch mortars. They look like this. They are very bulky, which I like. I mean, it's very nice. I don't know if you guys can see. They'll probably lose the focus here. But the problem with them is that they had a lot of, so from the mats,
Flash.
yeah, a lot of
Flash.
flash. Like for example, this gun thing here. How do you call it? The foot of the gun,
Oh
you know?
yeah.
The mantle of the gun, or what?
Not the mantle. It's the thing that supports the gun.
Oh,
I don't know
Yeah,
the.
the
bipod.
bipod, the bipod for the
Yeah,
motor.
the bipod for the mortar. You cannot actually clean it good enough to have it like to look good, and it's a pity because yeah, it takes time. And for you guys, for example, that you like to have your miniatures perfect and in perfect condition, well, it's a headache. Well, actually, I think I have some.
Why I have enough of the old metal stuff.
Yes, I mean, I'm really disappointed with what they have. For example, look at the helmet here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I will try to maybe zoom in. Should I do this? Yeah, I should do this.
It's really small on the screen.
Yeah.
It will be better right now.
But it's the same with the
So,
first molds that they had.
You see how they have it here? The helmet has like a ring of residue around it.
Oh yeah.
I will
But
just let me cut on the full screen. I'm just trying to make it like this. So you see?
Yeah.
That I mean, you can. Okay, it's what I see from here. You can deal with it. That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
bad
I'm not
yet,
saying it's
but
not.
yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not saying it's
It's something that could be avoided.
exactly.
As long as I like the fact that they've changed the plastic recipe, because the old miniatures.
Bendy plastic. Ooh.
Yes, and also with the old plastic, all of the German helmets were like they were squeezed together and very tall, and then they all had those beaks, so to speak. The noses were so pointy. It looks. I have some Pack 38s because they were the only ones I were able to get that I painted up for my Fallschirmjägers, and I was thinking about chipping off or cutting off the nose tips because I think it looks so stupid. They all have like a beak. I know they have to oversize the features when their miniatures are that small, but
yeah, because you need some details for the face.
Yeah, but then again,
I mean, then when you think about the old metal models, okay, some of them unfortunately kind of like lost their faces in the casting, but the ones that have facial features, which is like 98% of the miniatures, they are pretty good, and they are not oversized.
Exactly.
Yeah, the main reason I don't like metal sculpts is the fact that you need to
Yep.
clean them a lot
Yep. Yeah,
compared to
there was a ton of flash on them. That is.
compared to the other plastic models I had from Battlefront. These are the first models that really disappoint me. Like, hello, Christian.
Mm.
Oh no, it's you, Christian.
I'm just saying hello to everybody.
Trolling me. All right,
Yeah.
Oh, we got
so
Helgain as well.
yeah, we got
Yeah.
Helgin also.
Nice.
So aside from the discussion around the Waffen SS, and I really hope Soren will give us some, for example, some little yes or no answers to our questions. He was very polite and very nicely answered my questions on the Battlefront, on the Breakthrough Assault page, and I really thank him for that. I really hope we're going to get more information from the Big Four live stream that will happen pretty much after this live stream ends, or in 1 hour, something like that, because we'll be over at 10 or 9 Central European time, and they will start at 10. So basically, yeah, in about 1 hour. So you
you
have,
get
It
two
was
streams for one,
British.
folks.
It was British Standard Time.
yeah,
So it will be 2 hours
2
after
hours
we stop.
exactly.
2 hours after we stop.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Lud. So, guys, what do you think about what happened? So, I will just go shortly over my source of information, just to have everybody on the same narrative. So, basically, I just went to my source of information, which is Breakthrough Assault, and I went over Waffen SS an overview. This article, it's absolutely great. It gives you a lot of details, a lot of things that you need to know. For example, you can even play like games with the new SS formations, having all the numbers from for the Panzer Force, the Stugs, the Recons, the 88 anti-aircraft guns, and Webs. Webs are 7 points right now. This is one thing that I think it's absolutely ridiculous, because from what I know, they are veterans still. Are they? Soren,
Yes,
I'm looking
they
at
are
you.
veterans still. They wrote it in that article later down. They are veterans still.
So basically, finally, we have something cheaper than the Priest, and that's making all the British players saying, "What?" I mean, hello. But
The thing is, the thing is, too. I just simply, it's just a path they've chosen, but all military doctrine from the UK forces during Second World War was built upon experience from the First World War. So artillery preparation and artillery doctrine was so incorporated, and especially in the documentary I am reading at the moment, or book I'm reading at the moment, James Holland's book about Normandy, he says that when you have an army that is highly mobilized and you have an army that is highly industrialized, then you don't need that many men. And they had so much focus on not losing as many men as they did in the First World War. If you have an army that is not very industrialized, like the Germans, you have a lot of men, therefore their armies are bigger in Europe. The same with the Russians. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff east of the Urals, but they were not as industrialized as the UK and American forces.
True.
yeah,
So now, when they are making these Vesps that cheap, it's because they want to sell the models. Uh,
yes,
they didn't
hopefully,
produce that many what's called self-propelled guns. They were all horse-drawn and limbers and stuff like that. So this is only to sell miniatures that they make them that cheap.
That's very good. That's very good. I don't have Wisps, so I need to buy some now because for 7 points, 3 Wisps. Hello, hello, my new favorite unit. You know. Yes,
It's
Patrick. They are hit on 3+. It's the same as with the priests from the US book, but the only downside is that you can only take 1 Wisps and probably 1 Hummels, and probably the Hummels are maybe 9 points. They used to be 11, so now they should be 9.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Scott, exactly. Wisps are the V4 Nebs. Actually, Nebs are, I think, even better because I think I've seen. So
They're cheap.
let me see. Let me check. Let me check. I think I've seen some examples they gave in this article about the. No. I've just seen it in the diagram. We still have, so we have the West, we have the Hummels, and we have the Nebelwerfers. Probably it's 7 points for Nebs also, I'm thinking. Yeah, 3 Hummels, 9 points. Yeah, thank you, thank you. It's, you know, there's no surprise that Battlefront can bring up front.
but the thing is, do you remember back in version 3 when German artillery was really expensive, especially if you wanted real artillery pieces and not Nebelwerfers? If you bought 3 of them because they were veteran, they were very expensive. Now, by
Yes.
deducting the points by making them what's it called, trained or hit on 3+, it doesn't matter when it's an artillery piece. And why wouldn't you buy a Top Armor Zero self-propelled gun that actually has a save versus other artillery fire and cannot get pinned down? It's really, I say, you guys, this unit is creme de la creme. 7 points worth of free guns is very
Yes, but
cheap.
the only good thing that this thing can bring is that now you have something to do with your airplane. Because basically, what I used to use my airplane, both for American and for British, was to gun down these artillery pieces, this zero armor side, and shoot them on a 3+, and that's really good thing with this trained aircraftmen, because it's a bugger to try to range in your rockets, even if they are so great right now. Yeah, Typhoon Food, exactly. So Typhoon Food, Kitty Hawk, or what is it called? And probably for sure we're going to see some Stuka with some cannons, I hope, at a point.
But think about it like this: if you buy, let's say, a Typhoon for 8 points worth of a unit, and you have a 7 point worth of artillery, and they spend time chasing them, and they only get the plane in half of the time, I'm happy. Go after my 7 point worth of artillery, and you spend 8 points that cannot do anything else.
Exactly.
Again, I don't care about planes. If I see him chasing them, I'll be happy because he spent 8 points, and the only thing he can really threaten is those, and I only spent 7 points on them, so he will not get $1 million shot and kill my tiger or something like that.
Exactly. Well, it's just a good thing, because otherwise airplanes are very hard to master, I could say, or my experience with them is not so happy in terms of I used to use airplanes to kill big cats and to kill like heavy vehicles on the battlefield that I couldn't kill with my regular anti-tank units. And yeah, they were great for that, and they used to work. Now with the new change in version 4 with the new range-in thing, it's almost impossible. I mean, if your opponent is like a beginner, a rookie, and he doesn't know to put his tigers in a field or close to a forest or close to between two um, like terrain features, then yeah, it's almost impossible to hit the tigers with trained aircraft, and this is how it goes. Eight points for three low-range shepherds. Yes, Helge, I think that's a good unit also. That's a good unit also.
Oh, the Lorenz are awesome. They're direct fire. That is a beast.
They
And
are
they're also careful.
they're auto, right?
Yep.
From what I know, yeah, they're pretty nice, pretty nice. So guys, let's dive in. Lud, Christian, how do you want to talk about a certain formation or a certain unit, or we just go over it and we share our opinions about it?
I think you remember last time we talked about rumors when I was on the stream. We
Yes,
talked about that Panzer Force would be a thing.
yes,
I advocated for that, especially like the old list from Panzer to Demers. I think they have some merit now, where you can actually field, like in the example they brought on Breakthrough Assault, where you can field 17 Panzer Force. Um, that is that is really nasty, and especially when they are in 5-man platoons or 5 vehicles in
Yep.
one platoon. So you have to kill 4 of them before they have to roll, or at least bail 1 and kill 3. So they are really strong, and I think also the Panzer Force have protected ammo. So
Yep. They do.
I think it should improve. If they are fearless now, they should have
they
protected
have a 2
ammo.
plus remount.
Yeah,
There's on the second article that was posted today. We also have the cards for these beasts, I could say. Yes, guys, this is what actually we were talking about on our 15 minutes before the stream preparation. We talked about, and Christian said that these Panzer Force are the new thing. And yeah, my opinion is the same. The Panzer Force are the new thing with the Waffen SS. In terms of what formations you could field and what formations are from, if you want to build your army on this book, I think this is the main formation to go to. If you have, for example, if you have the D-Day German book and you have the Greyhound card that gives or your armored Panzer Grenadiers or Panzer Grenadiers the possibility to become like best defensive force ever for the Germans, and that is the go-to formation or go-to combination to have with that book. I think this Panzer IV formation is the creme de la creme. You said it's your saying, Christian. It's the thing to have for this book. I'm very happy because I have a lot of Panzer IVs, not 17. I just have 12 because, yep, numbers.
Well, you just need one more box then.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you can buy World of Tanks Panzer Force because you only need one.
Really? No, no. There's a new thing that I want to buy, and I will talk about it also because it's absolutely monstrous what they did with. Where is it? Where is it? Battlefront. Did you just didn't you don't have it on your, but you should have it on your main screen. This starter force Waffen SS box, my friends. This
Oh
box.
yeah, that's a good deal.
So this
That's
box,
that's a good deal.
Panthers, and this 5 cars. These are $90, and the whole box it's $100. So basically, you get 2 tigers, you get infantry formation, you get a platoon recon thing, then you get 2 more. These are 230s, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have 2 Pak 43s for $10. It's a bargain. I mean, it's one of the best priced army starter kits.
Yep.
Pumas,
The
thank you,
starter
thank
kits
you.
have always been good deals. The starter kits have always been good deals. I
Um,
actually I've usually with the V4 ones that have come out, I've
Yeah.
actually quite often bought the box, even if I don't need everything for it at
Hmm.
the moment, because I mean it usually what a box of tanks is about 30, 35, maybe 40 euros.
It's, yeah,
You get
35.
you get the same box and all kinds of stuff in addition.
And what they really did was, again, as I talked about earlier, look at the artwork on the box or the picture on the box. What do you see? You see tigers and you see panthers
Yep.
and you see half tracks, and that is all the units that people that are not, that familiar with Second World War will
That's what they
immediately
know.
they will
Recognize.
immediately stick out, and they be drawn to the box and say, "Hey, SS!" And do you know what? With this force, let's say you are a beginner, you can feel this painted, and you have an playable force. You have everything you need for 100 points. I think it's a genius stroke from Battlefront, and also that they keep producing these starter boxes. It's not like when Games Workshop they make stuff; it's always limited. You
Exactly.
can buy this from a year or two from now. You can still go out and buy the box. I think it's really nice. Uh,
Exactly. Too bad.
in,
Too.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good thing for starters and for veteran gamers, so to speak. It's uh it's a good starting point when you start building a force, because you get a bit of everything.
Exactly. Well, for me, as probably half of the people that started this hobby started with Germans, and of course the Tiger tanks. I don't have any plastic Tigers yet, so basically,
Yet.
yes, exactly. Uh, the only drawback are these 5 Panthers that I will not use for like in any game. I have 7 Panthers. I bought a 5 box Panther. It was that conversion kit they had with the Yak Panther and the Panther, which
Mm.
was absolutely great. I have them magnetized, so basically I can switch between Panthers and Yak Panthers. And
Yeah, the Panthers unfortunately aren't that good. Oh, okay. There might be some cards coming for them, because we don't know anything about the command cards. At least I
yes,
haven't found.
exactly. This
So
was my
I kind of hope there would be some cool cards for the Panthers, because it's a cool model. So it would be a shame if it wasn't a
you
competitive tank.
you might be able to get the old hero. I can't remember. I think it was Sparkman or something like
Bachman,
that.
it's the
yeah,
Barkman.
Spark.
Yes,
Bachman.
He had something to do when he was bailed out or something. He went back
shop.
to the quartermaster's office and or
Exactly.
the
He had a,
forward field
he
mechanics and got his
Give me a new
tank fixed or
tank.
something.
I actually have the Panther with Barkman, and with the repair shop, which he had like a truck and a working bench, and he was hitting
You mean this one?
yeah, that one.
Hold on.
One
Look at
second,
Loot go.
one
Yeah,
second, one
yeah.
second, one second. Let's make Loot big. Come on, Loot, show us again. There we go. Yeah, that one exactly. You have it painted.
This one actually has some added stuff to it, but it was an abandoned objective that was left at my local club,
No, okay.
and for
And you
six
borrowed it.
months nobody touched it. For 6 months nobody touched it, and then we well, with a how would I say, community decision there, because when our club moved, there was a lot of, how would I say, forgotten or abandoned stuff.
Yeah,
So people had like 6 months time to come and pick their stuff up, because the club isn't like a miniature storage place anyway. So if you
exactly.
didn't come and pick it up after 6 months,
It's free.
it it was free game. So yeah, uh, cool objectives like that. Yeah, I'm in.
Right. So basically, I know we're going to have Barkman and we're going to have Wittmann and probably some other cartoons. It's all in contents summary for the Waffen SS book, which I found on No Dice, No Glory, which is the second page to go to find new stuff about upcoming books. And
Their
there,
podcast is also super nice.
exactly, it's
Okay, I gotta say, the breakthrough assault podcast. Hold on, I forgot the name now. Shooter Scoot.
shoot
That
and
is
scoot,
also
yes,
an amazing podcast.
exactly,
That's that's
exactly.
both are two amazing communities or teams making great stuff for this hobby.
So, Sauron, they released the Borkman card. Exactly. Reroll for one fail hit, and if killed, roll a 5 plus, and you're only bailed. And I think he's about 4 points, isn't he? I think he's 4 points, from what I know. If he's more than 4 points, it's not worth that much. I mean, just to have one reroll, yeah, 4 points. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. They should have hired me to predict this
But
kind
if
of
he
things.
does he, Søren, does he re-roll also when he moves, or does he have to stand still or something like that?
So you reroll one failed hit. So basically, if you shoot one dice, it's like what you have with
He's
the
like a Joe Enkins,
exactly,
Okay, okay.
basically.
With a
exactly.
ward save,
With the what?
with a ward save, it's fantasy stuff. You know, when you have a magical save.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So on a 5 plus, so you could actually, let's say you use your
Invulnerable
lucky
or
on,
something like that, right?
yeah. If you use your lucky, you have a 55% chance of making it. So
True.
if you want to spend 1 point keeping him alive, you can actually do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend something with armor 5. Like, if he dies, he dies. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. You buy him for the reroll.
exactly, Scott. Yeah. I wonder what Wittmann does. This I have no idea. Probably he has some better blitz.
You
And
could always ambush back in the old game.
with Wittmann.
Yeah, you could always ambush with him, even if the mission didn't have ambush.
Exactly. So, guys, what does Wittmann do? What do you think he does? Helgi loves the SS Panthers. My friend, I can't wait to play against you with your SS Panthers. They're going to be a blast for like everything on the battlefield. That front armor 9 gives you like, what are you going to do with them? You're going to just plant them on like in a forest or on a hill, facing your enemy, and always shooting at long range probably. And that's about it. And yeah, that's the only way I see these Panthers working out. I'll just go back to the Breakthrough Assault article and talk about the Panzer IV before I jump into the Panther and how to use. Yeah, probably 6 points or 8 or I don't know what. He can ambush. Whoa, so yeah, there we go. You can have probably 2 ambush.
That's quite a cool thing if you can get like Wittmann with his tiger and someone else to ambush. You can get a pretty nice.
So
Christian, we can do an actual ambush. We can make it an actual ambush in the
Yeah, exactly, like a real army ambush. But the thing is,
like a real ambush.
yeah, the thing is, when we talk about the Panzer Force, what really pops in my mind when I see the list they built on Breakthrough Assault is that you can actually assault with 7 tanks simultaneously with your HQ and one of the platoons. So you can smash into some, let's say, British infantry with only 1 Piat, or US armored rifles. Yeah, they have a lot of bazookas. But what does it matter when you hit him with 7 tanks? The only thing is you need to smoke at first, otherwise you'll be too likely to be bailed enough.
And guess what? Now you have 7 points to do that with.
Yeah, you have an auto smoke for 7 points.
So now you have actually 2 smokes, because I will definitely buy the Hummels also, because 9 points for 3-2 plus and 80-11 auto. Count me in, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean that's my next favorite model. I'm just sad I didn't bought the Hummels when they were on discount, because how I will take 4 Panzer IVs in a platoon. Maybe it's just me, because I don't believe in the 5 number. Otherwise, probably it's a better idea to have 5 tanks than 4. I'm still old school, thinking that they need to be odd or even numbers to be good. Like you had to lose more than half of your platoon to actually, yeah, you know the rule. And then I don't know. I mean, they are great. They are a great value, and this is a go-to formation to go to. Of course, now the guys say in the chat that Panthers are good, but they made the Tiger even better. What's your opinion on that, guys? We cannot fight with that.
No. But as I said, pre-game, me and Lud, you talked about it, or pre-show. We talked about the fact that it has 2+ morale, which basically means it can counterattack on 2+. So you can just go like Pac-Man through a lot of dots on the map.
Yeah.
Those 2 tigers munching away on infantry.
Yeah. You don't even have to turn the bad guys blue to eat up them either.
No.
Exactly.
So I would really, you can always go back and forth whether you want to have 3 of them, because it's easier to put them in reserve along with, like, let's say some armored cars or whatever. But I'd say if you have 2 tigers on the table for 25 points.
No, I will go for 3. They are 26 points, I think, 2 tigers, and they are more expensive like that than if you take 3 are 37 points compared to 36 points. So basically, go for 3 tigers. And now, we were discussing before starting the live show, and 1 extra Panther compared to the Tiger for the same points. Exactly, Soren. The Panther, you have 4 Panthers, for example, holding ground compared to 3 Tigers. So you have 25% more firepower to shoot at your enemy, and definitely it's a good thing. But I think the 3 Tigers combination, 25 points? Right, 25 points. I've seen it on 26, I think, in the article or somewhere.
No, it's only 25 too. It's only 25.
And they used to be 24, right?
Yeah.
So basically it's the same thing. What I really like and how I will play this. See here, they said that 2 Tigers are 26 points. This is why I was thinking, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe it's a typo in the article or something like that.
Typo, yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you treat this? I mean, I wouldn't take a formation of 7 Tigers or 6 Tigers, because I think they are way too expensive, and they are just 7 tanks. And 7 tanks, they are not like Yak Tigers or King Tigers or vehicles that can kill everything and like hardly be hurt.
Well, I think if you buy 3 of them, what you can actually do is, let's say you're playing, for instance, Dust Up, my favorite mission.
Yes.
You get your reserves in, you have to counter push on his objective. You can go with 3 tigers, let's say.
Yes.
Let's say you get your reserves a bit late. You can go for the objective with 2 tigers and then just drive the other one up to your own objective to protect it.
True.
Exactly.
Or you can just launch ahead if you are comfortable with your objective. But the thing is, if you have 3, you can leave one behind as a gunboat or a platform just to stand there and be parked and fire with his anti-tank 14 gun and then go nuts with the other 2. Because if you move 3 of them around, they are dangerous, but they are only located one place in the battlefield. By having one of them left behind to safeguard some area, I think it's better usage of the points.
All right.
And as long as you don't move, then you won't get the minuses shooting. It's just parked.
Right, exactly. But what I will do here in this Panzer IV, they presented in this Panzer IV formation they presented on Breakthrough, is like this. I would take out one Panzer IV platoon, put 4 Panzer IVs in these 2 platoons, and put in 3 Tigers. Why? Because I'm asking you guys, we know that currently the formation leaders have this this rule, yes, that gives better blitz to formation units that are in 6-inch, right? How is it called? How is it called? The new rule, something with.
Say again, Tio. Sorry, say again. What are we talking about? We're just replying to
all
Sam's,
hands. Yes. Yeah. So.
It basically means that if the company HQ, which is always experienced and always hit on 4+, is always careful if he's within the command, the command stand of the platoon,
exactly.
regular platoon, they get a skill rating of 3+ instead of 4+.
All right, so it doesn't say that it gives you -1 for skill required. So basically, it won't benefit, the Tigers won't benefit from it. Because I was thinking of bringing in the Panzer IVs close to my Tigers and maybe making their 3+ skill to a 2+ skill. But no, if it reads as you said, if it reads out as it says, it is like that. So, guys.
Plus Tigers in close combat, that would be insane.
Yes, but it's an idea. Come on, it's an idea. Yeah, so formation tactics rate. I found the rule on No Dice No Glory. It says on an all-hand formation, commander gives units from their formation whose unit leader is within 6-inch of the formation commander a tactics rating of 3+. Yeah, so basically Tigers are ignoring this rule, but otherwise, I think they will be like very good. These Tigers, I wouldn't take the formation still. And how are we going to treat them when we will put them together with her book? So with the normal D-Day book, the first D-Day German book, are they going to be an allied platoon or are they going to be a support platoon? Because if they are going to be an allied platoon, they won't benefit from the reroll from the command. And yeah, I don't know.
But I think I think to make it fair, I think it's going to be like UK and US forces. Yeah, they fought on the same side, but they're still allied with different doctrines of fighting. I don't know whether the tactics were that different, but there were some general mistrust among those 2 forces. So
exactly,
to symbolize that, I don't think the SS commander cares about what the Heer company commander says to him. He'll do his own thing.
Exactly.
He knows best, something like that.
Exactly. So basically, there'll be an allied platoon, and that's about it. So guys, apart from this Panzer IV hype, apart from the Tiger hype, which is good, I mean, we have a platoon of Tigers that counterattack on a 2+, compared to the old Tigers. And apart from the thing, we have Stugs now, which are decent. I'm really looking forward to see the way they're going to show the cards and how the cards will look. And now, my opinion on the Panthers is that you should have this SS Panther platoon. You know, there used to be this combination with 3 Panzer IVs and 2 Tigers to keep in reserves for a German player. Now, instead of those Tigers, you should have the Panthers. So yeah, that's my opinion of how or what you should do with this Panther, these SS Panthers. Otherwise, to have, for example, 7 Panthers on AA light AA platoon and a 250 patrol for 100 points, well, I don't know what to say, or it doesn't seem to be that powerful compared to 17 Panzer IVs.
The thing is again, I think the Panthers is playable, but again, you have to be a really skilled player to use them. Otherwise, go for the Tigers, because the thing is, you have to make all the other parts of your army or your force work perfectly, because you cannot use the Panthers as fire extinguishers, just like the Tigers. You cannot counter assault or attack some infantry or go up in the face and be personal with different units like you can with the Tigers. You cannot do that with the Panthers, because they're gonna die, and they have top armor 1, which basically means that if you just swarm them with infantry, eventually they'll roll a 1. They are not meant for assault. So I think the way you build your force should be around the Panthers as fire support, a fire platform, and then the rest of your force should be able to handle whatever they need, assault-wise and stuff like that, to counterpush that, and just have the Panthers as a mobile fire platform, because that's the only thing they're good at.
Yeah, I'm just happy that finally I have something to do with my bazookas to kill Panthers. It's yeah, it's great. it's a
I think
great
I'm gonna paint and collect. I already have Panthers lying around that I haven't assembled, so I'm gonna assemble them, and then I'll try and use them for my Fallschirmjägers as a support or something like that.
Exactly.
Just for fun and giggles at a
yeah.
Because I don't think that you can make a force with, like, let's say, an armored force with Panthers and Panzer force and stuff like that. If you go to a tournament where you might be deep scattered, delayed reserves, you have one choice on the table and you'll die if you lose the roll off with another attacking player. So, yeah, I don't know. As support for infantry or mechanized units and stuff like that, they can work.
Exactly. Now, there's more to this book. There's also the infantry, and we know that they still have pack fronts. We know that the 88s are already crippled, but they can be crippled even more. So they could be 4 88s for 6 points, which is
Extremely good.
Horrific.
Extremely good.
Exactly. And put it in a pack front, they are 12 points, so just like the regular 88s. I don't recommend having even pack front. You'll waste your pack front on 3+ on aggressive units, because they will die very fast from bombardment, as they will be hit on 3+, and the reroll, when you're rerolling 3+s or 2+s or even 4+s at a point, if you're being hit every turn, eventually in 2 turns or maybe max 3 turns, if they hit you with a 4+ template, eventually you will die, and because he will constantly hit you, and yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
There'll be a threat. Let's say you're playing against Russians and they have their IS-2s in their force, whether it's the armored force or like an armored company, or if it's just a support. I would be dead scared of 6 88s, and if they die, they die, and I'll keep them together and I'll keep them in ambush, and I don't care about them ambushing on long range. They cost 6 points, so if I can make a decent ambush and kill 1.5 IS-2s, they earned their money, and then he has to take care of them with bombardment and such and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
6 points is like auto include along with Vespers and Hummels and all the other cheap stuff. It's really nice, and I think this is also for it to be. I think they balance it out well with the hit on 3+, because when they ambush, they'll die afterwards. But again, for 6 points worth, it's really nice.
Well, actually, playing them not on not being bunkers, so not on a pack front, and just play them as a platoon, is the better solution. I agree with you. I mean, I don't spend pack front on 3+ aggressive things, because your opponent will constantly want to kill them, and they are a solution for Churchill swarms. For Churchill swarms, I'm telling you, the Achilles are still the best solution. The Tiger is the best solution, because those Churchill swarms also have Avres, which will devastate your 88s.
Online. Yeah, you can't lie.
Because those Avre are like, if you're thinking Wests are good, Avres for 8 points, they are godly. I mean,
but I think now let's look at it. Now when all of these different armored formations, whether it's Churchills, whether it's going to be T-34 swarms, whether it's going to be US tanks or British Shermans or whatever, all this is cancelled out by heavy AT on both sides that are squishy. So when they have finished dancing and whatever is left of it, it'll be up to the little cars to emphasize that my list has some merit, because yeah, you have all of these nasty tanks and guns and stuff, and they are constantly scared of your anti-tank guns, or you're scared of their anti-tank guns. They're scared of your tanks, and you're scared of their guns. So they're gonna continuously hammering each other, and then you have time to move all the little annoying vehicles around to harass stuff and eventually kill things, and then water's pumping out stuff. So that's why I'm thinking, yes, it's nice, but with these kind of formations that we see now, it might be up to some crazy little units, some 222s, or I don't know, some white scout cars or whatever is left, because
the
you have so
250s,
much
the 250s.
the 250s, yeah, all that stuff, your Pantagrenadier company and stuff like that, because you're gonna have so much focus on killing tigers and guns and stuff. So all of this, meanwhile this is taking place, your small platoons are free to move off and go for the objective. I think it's gonna go like that with the lists that we're seeing now, both from the British, the US, eventually also the Russians, I think.
So basically, I'm in a training session right now, as I've been for the past 3 weeks, 3 weekends. I finally managed to defeat Dan. He was gentle enough to play an infantry list with 2 Achilles platoons.
So you bribed him to take a list that you wanted to play against?
No, he picks his own lists. It was a list that he wanted to get out of his system. This is what he said. I just want to get out of my system the 2 Achilles thing, and finally I managed to get him, and finally I managed to destroy those pesky Achilles, and that's only because having 2 platoons of Achilles, it's actually, as you said, he constantly has to keep them away from my Achilles and from my Churchills and from my guns, and it's a dance that in the end, I mean, the table, it's only so big and you can only put only so much terrain on it, that in the end, of course, I have enough shots to get his Achilles, and then he doesn't have anything else in response. The game was pretty nice, and I could say that practicing makes you play your list better. So even with little cars, as you said, I finally got the idea that my Daimlers should go for the side of Shermans, and it works. It works a lot. I'm doing my blitzes. I'm getting into that Sherman's ass, and then I'm popping 2 shots, and he's like, "But you're hitting me with overwork." But I'm no, because I have a 3+ blitz, my friend, and I just blitz into your ass, and you're like, "What?" And pop goes the Sherman, and then he starts crying, and then suddenly my Churchills are free to roam over whatever else he has coming to me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Scott. Thanks a lot. Take care and stay healthy and at work.
Yeah, as Ellie said, you remember I also advocated for it a few streams back that the SS infantry would be good in defense, but it's only 7 points for a unit that is hit on 3+. Yeah, they might die to some artillery bombardment and stuff, but they hit
Exactly.
on 3+ in close combat, and they unpin on 3+. So
Helga, thank you very much for bringing us back to the D-Day Waffen SS book. Exactly. The infantry formations are something to look into, in my opinion, as defensive forces, but also I could say aggressive infantry forces, because you can have. I would definitely. I would definitely go with 3 Tigers. I would definitely go with a platoon of 5 Panzer IVs, then 2 Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck combination, for example, like it is here on the breakthrough assault, and then put in Hummels and Wests and some mortars and maybe some scouts for the extra points, and that's my assault formation, let's say, and I'm just smoking everything, getting everything into assault range, and then boom, the assault goes in, and that's how you should play your aggressive infantry.
Yeah, or if you end up defending, if you think about the SS infantry, put them in a forest or a cornfield or something, and nobody wants to try to assault them.
well, I'm just thinking how much I would really love to know the points worth of the point value for the SS gepanzerte Panzergrenadiers, the ones in half tracks.
The scout ones. The scout
no,
ones.
no, 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 no. The regular, like infantry, armored infantry.
Armored Panzer Grenadiers.
I wonder if there would be someone
in
living close to the Alps that could help us with that question. Just saying.
Has limited access to Shreks. Yeah, well, Shreks tend to die pretty fast, and so 10 points with half trucks, full platoon. That's good news.
That is very good. That's a solid formation you can have.
Ooh, thank you very much. Exactly, thank you very much. All right, and I know they have Stummels. Somebody told me they still have Stummels, and they are even cheaper.
Oh no.
Yes, they're 8 points now.
Oh.
Or were they 8 points
Here
already?
Here comes the Stummel spam.
Exactly. So thank you very much. 6, yeah. 8 points. So basically you have 22, you have 30 points, then maybe you have some mortars also for 4 points. I'm thinking I would give 3 points or 4 points maximum to 4 trained mortars. And so I have 1, 2, 3 infantry, Stummels, mortars. That's 5. I will definitely need one more, probably a recon. Does it have a recon in the core? I know they don't have cannons anymore in the core.
Yeah, pack 38s.
So 4 18-inch mortars, 4 points. So there you go. So basically that's, we said, so 2, 8, 30, 34. 34 with 36, that's 70 points. 70 points. Then I should have 15 points, no, 16 points for my Stummel Hummel combination. And then Panzer Force for the rest. And that should do it, I think.
But do you have any AT-14 then?
Yeah, three Tigers.
Oh, okay, yeah, 3 Tigers, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That will be a nice list to attack with. It's of course it's a break it or go home list, but sounds really nice. Sounds really good. The 3+, it's something that keeps me away from infantry, because infantry, it's already very susceptible, squishy for artillery and for other crazy things. Being 3+, it's even more squishy, and it will hurt you a lot. So basically, I don't know what to say. I will still go for maybe Greyhounds, but you need the morale, and you need other things to help you, probably like cards or stuff like that. We need to see the cards, we need to see the book, and I really hope the Final Four stream tonight will bring us some light or more juicy info. I really thank Patrick for providing us with information. I think he has the book already.
No, that would be impossible.
Yeah, how could he have it? All right.
Yeah, no chance.
No chance at all. And then yeah, I'm just looking forward to see. I mean, I already have my German list, my defensive German list. Is the one with 8017. So basically, that's the one that I will use as a defensive German player. But for attacking, definitely looking to this Panzer IV formation, and also to maybe armored Panzer Grenadiers, as Christian said. They could be a good solution. Yes, guys. So, what we will do is recreate the test we did, probably, I think, in episode 3 or 4, when we played around with Panzer Force and Shermans, and we had the debate, what's better, Panzer Force or Sherman 76s. And in that, so we had 4 Panzer Force competing against 4 Shermans, I think. Veteran Shermans. And the Panzer Force won. I'm just wondering if 5 Panzer Force will be able to kick off the Shermans. What do you guys say?
Have you prepared your dices and stuff?
Not for tonight, but probably for the next episode.
Yeah, well, let's do the math. So you have 8 shots, you're hitting on 3s. Let's say this is totally unmodified. Okay? So you should hit with 2/3 of them. So
right.
it would be around 5.
So shooting 8, he should hit 5. He should hit all of them. So basically, only one should be alive, maybe. Do I have a save? No, I have a glance possibility. So probably one will be alive, one will be Bale, and 3 will be dead. That's my.
But let's do the math like this. If you have a dice, it has 6 sides. So 6 times 6 is 36. Okay. So 36 shots hitting on 3s. That's half of it. That's 18 hits. Okay. So now you have anti-tank 12 against 6. So on everything but a 6, he dies. Okay.
But
So
here,
18. No, you have to do 5 hours. So let's say you have 18 hits left, and then that's gonna be 5 out of 6. Okay. So it's gonna be.
no, sorry, he multiplied the 36 so that he got to the half.
Yeah.
So he went.
So now 5 out of 6 is gonna penetrate that. Okay. So
I'm letting him do his math because I will work my dice magic and see how it goes. I'm just thinking logically. For the first shot, I just went over the last thing, the last tryout we had with the Panzer Force and Sherman. The thing is that Shermans use stabilizers, so basically they will get into short range, and they will hit on 4+ in the beginning. They used to hit on a 5+ before, and basically that was why the Panzer Force were still alive, even with the Shermans hitting them on the move. And then we done it again with the Panzer Force coming and hitting 4 dices on 4+, and they got better results than what the Shermans did on the 5+. But I just want to see how they will go, and we should bring in the green box once again and roll the dice and see how everything spawns. Christian,
yeah.
are you still doing the math?
Yeah. Just give me a sec.
He's so stubborn.
I'm a bit tired now. Let me see. So it's gonna be.
Lud, tell us,
Yep.
my friend. You told me a sad news that probably you're not going to come to
regarding
Switzerland.
the Swiss GT, there might be a chance that I'm not going due to the COVID stuff. The Finnish government put Switzerland on a blacklist, so no. It is possible to travel there, but yeah, let's see. It's
So just.
It's a 50-50 situation. But yeah, back to Christian.
So just quick math, this is just top of my head. So let's say 36 shots, you hit with half of them, then 3 out of 4 is gonna go through. So it's gonna be 13.5 penetratings, and then he has to do 3+ firepower. So again, it's 2/3 of that. So let me see.
My friend.
So it's gonna be around 4.5 tanks out of 36 shots.
I told you in the beginning,
Roughly.
one stays alive, one is bailed, and the rest are dead. Didn't I? Exactly. But this if you shoot on a 3+, think about it that your Shermans will be moving into close range and they will shoot on 4+. So basically we will probably have 2 tanks still alive and 3 dead.
And I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying you need to. That's when you get that many dice. We always do that. Like use 6x6 because that's the dice worth. And then if you shoot with 4 shots, yeah, it's probably going to be 2 killed and 1 failed or something like that.
Exactly.
With 8 shots.
Exactly. I'm really looking forward to see how it goes and if my dices are better than your math. You're saying that
But your dice, if we saw it last time, your dice are magical, right? Because you cook them in the microwave too.
Exactly. I'm cooking
Yeah,
them.
going back to what we just discussed with Tio, it unfortunately is a possibility that I will not be attending the tournament in Switzerland. Yeah. Let's see. It's
Well,
not impossible to travel, but um, the region where the tournament would be in Switzerland is the one that is most hit in the country with the virus. So
yeah. Well,
let's see. But I've got some people so to speak coming giving me the latest info
mm-hmm.
from the Vaud canton. So let's see how it goes. I might be going. I might not be going.
Let's.
It would be super nice to go, but if it starts becoming like I don't really care for myself, but I'd really hate to be the guy that brings it like being patient zero for the second wave in Finland.
Well,
That would really suck.
exactly. We have the second wave right now in Romania, and it sucks. We're finally first at something.
I'd be this guy again.
Who's that guy?
You can't. That guy.
So guys, should we get some closing comments or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, yeah.
we need to prepare ourselves
Closing
the final
thoughts.
four.
I'd say in about an hour, a bit less, we will get some interesting news. Hopefully, maybe some cool leaks. At least I'd like to know when the Finnish book is coming. I actually managed to get secondhand 6 more artillery pieces for my Finns. And horse, like the horse carts for they're just gonna be for objectives and so on, but they're super cool. Now I've got 6 of them, so I might actually be able to do a cool Finnish army. And so if you're not tired after this stream and you can bear some Flames of War stuff still, go over to Twitch and watch that stream.
Exactly.
Big Four late, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
The big four, which will start at 10 UK time, so that'll be 11 Central European time for most of you guys and most of us. For us, will be 12 o'clock. It'll be a bit late, but for sure I'll be delighted to see whatever Chris and the other guys have to tell us about the new book and about upcoming releases. I really hope they will keep Bagration on track and they will release in September. That will be a great news, and it will be a great book to have for the complete late war selection, or at least half of it, because currently I feel that we are somewhere in between. So
limbo.
Yeah, so we're just there to hit the middle phase of version 4 late war books and lists, and I'm really looking forward to get more balance, let's say, into the game and see how everything will play around later on. I really hope, for example, in the end, you will be able to play Fortress Europe list with whatever Berlin or post-Berlin list they will bring to it. Hopefully, they will not bring post Berlin that much. I mean, I think the mouse should be in something like right after Hitler
I
died
would put the
and Germany
I
gave
would
in.
I would put the mouse and that kind of stuff in a what if 46 book. That could be kind of cool because you got some pretty cool you got Hair 46,
Yeah,
a company that makes some pretty cool super late war what if paper tanks.
exactly.
And they're I've I've used their half track parts and so on. But what I've heard from Ruben, another viewer of the show, is that the quality of the models they make is quite something, and it could be actually quite fun to do a what if force.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, guys, without further ado, we're done for today's stream.
We
Uh,
just need the anecdote too.
what?
We just need my anecdote.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
Christian. Sorry.
yeah.
I didn't think. I mean, you were gone last time, and I think, yeah, I've missed it. And now
Yeah,
I was
we didn't
actually
have any anecdote because we're not as smart as you, Christian.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was actually looking over something to bring as an anecdote, but yeah, go ahead, my friend.
Now we talked about the elephant in the room and all the bad things that SS did during the war, and now we're looking forward to actually impersonate them and play with them. So I'm going to tell an anecdote about how the Second World War also was between the German and especially the British forces. Because at one point I read the biography of Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Frost, or John Frost, the guy who held the northern part of the Arnhem Bridge, and he was in from the beginning of starting the airborne arms in the UK. So the first time they actually used these paratroopers, they didn't actually know how to use them, so they just dropped them in Tunisia during the dislodgement of the German forces there and around the Kessel Pass and stuff like that. And when they were dropped in Tunisia, they didn't have any Fiat at the time, his company at least. They've only issued some garment bombs. And can you imagine in there are some hilly terrain in Tunisia, but again, it's very flat in Africa. So are we gonna charge them from 2 kilometers distance with a bomb? Not likely gonna happen. So when they were dropped in, the high command didn't actually know what to use them for. So what they did was they went directly over to become regular infantry, and they fought around Tunisia against the Germans there. That was the beginning of the Kampfgruppe system, where they just put in different types of units and say, "Hey, now you're a Kampfgruppe," and they always get the commander's name. And this was a unit mix of Gebirgsjägers and regular infantry, and it was called Kampfgruppe Witz. And the thing is that the guys there, they had a stalemate fight in Tunisia with trenches on both sides, and it was in a hilly terrain. And then one night, HQ comes up and says to Frost, "We need prisoners to interrogate because we need to know the situation on the other side of the front." So they send out some patrols, and luckily, after a few casualties, they managed to get some prisoners of war back. But what happened was that when they brought them back to the staging area of the quartermaster, where they are to round up all the prisoners, some French Foreign Legion guys walked past them, and they were really angry. And as they walked by them, and they did like a sacre bleu, and wanted to behead them and stuff like that, and were really being aggressive towards them. But what the British did was that they put them in this internment camp, and he could tell that they were very scared. Frost could see that, and the rest of his men were also a bit worn off after being on the front. But because all of the front lines were so much mixed in between together, they didn't actually know where their own lines started and the enemies began. So what they did was, what Frost thought, he thought, we need something to heighten their spirits and perhaps dampen the fear a little bit. So he took a motorcycle with a sidecar and ran the gondola through all of the enemy fire, filled it up with rum from a staging area further back, and went up to the front again. And he passed out all of this rum, both to the duty guys and the prisoners, and also to soften the mood a little bit. He arranged, and this is not bullshit, he arranged a singing contest between him, the prisoners, his boys, and the German prisoners, and also the Italian prisoners. As he says in his biography, both the Germans and especially the Italians sung really beautiful, and their effort were, not quite as good. But some of the German Gebirgsjäger, they had really, drunk a lot of rum. So when they went up to the interrogation, they were like, you guys are so nice to us. Was wollen ihr gern wissen? So he sat there drunk as a skunk, telling everything about the enemy's positions and everything because he was so well treated. And to put the cherry on top, they had a good, sportsmanship during these battles in Tunisia where they, let there be some short ceasefire so they can go out and collect their wounds and stuff. So when they eventually, surrendered in Tunisia and were brought to prison camps in Libya, Frost and his men were sent back to Cairo. And they were sitting on these trains with their Bordeaux berets, all over the trains and on top of the train and on different cars and stuff. So when they passed the prison camps of the Germans in Libya, they all took off their hats and cheered hooray, because now they were the chivalrous paratroopers that have treated them really well. So you can get quite far with a bit of rum and some nice manners.
Yeah, and you can actually find some humanity in war. I mean, even if people have this conflict between them, there's always something that unites everybody, and that is having a good time, usually, and drinking.
Especially. and one closing thing as well is that I read Panzer Commander von Luck, Rommel's chief of the Aufklärungseinheiten, his reconnaissance battalion. And they had this deal in Northern Africa because they were always fighting on the flanks with the British squadrons and SAS and stuff like that. So not particularly the SAS, but the regular recon guys. So they had, So they had this this deal that at 1700 hours there was a ceasefire, or at least they would stop actions, and among the recon guys, and it was very hush hush because if the high command heard about it, it would be like mutiny. So what they also did was that instead of you had to keep radio silence and you not communicate across with the Germans and vice versa. So, but they had this gentleman agreement that each time at 1700 hours they would always call in and ask for missing in action. So to know is he actually missing out in the desert, or is he dead, or is he in a POW camp. And the funny thing was that at one point, Hans von Luck and some of his guys captured a very high-born British officer from the British nobility.
Yeah.
And they had this thing that he might be worth a lot of money or something like that, but you cannot blackmail money out of them. So he thought that we'll contact the British and say, hey, we actually got your noble guy here, and he's safe and sound. And then the British suggested that if you get 200,000 packages of cigarettes, we'd gladly trade him. And they went back and said, okay, we'll go and ask him and whether or not he want to be traded by that. And because he was, so stiff upper lip British, they asked him, would you be willing to trade yourself for 200,000 packages of cigarettes? And he said, no. That is way too little. I'm at least 400,000 packages worth. So they had this like in gangster movies where they met out in the desert, and the the Germans had brought the British guy, and they had brought a truckload of cigarettes. And
Nice.
then just exchanging in the middle, and everybody went their way. They had
Mafia.
some. Yeah, exactly. So, but I am save some more for next time.
Great, great. Thank you very much,
That was
Christian.
a good one.
Very, very,
Thanks, Christian.
very nice one. Yes, exactly. And in the meantime, Patrick was kind enough to answer Helge's question in our chat. I'm really happy to see that our community is has found a platform where they meet each other every week, and I just hope we'll be in good health all this time, and we'll be able to do this for as long as we can. Thank you guys once again. Lud, Christian, see you again next week, and hopefully things will get better. And I'm still on for Switzerland GT, and I hope Lud will also be able to come and join us in. Christian, I don't know how Denmark is being treated by Switzerland, but I know you don't have that in plan to come to us. You'll be on duty to supervise the live streamings from the event and probably coordinate the activity from there. Okay, guys. See you probably on Twitch on the Big Four chat in Twitch, and stay healthy and play some games. Have fun, and be sure to drop a subscribe or a like or a share even for our channel on Facebook or wherever you feel like. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.